have with us a gentleman who is with a charter company. He's going to talk to us a little bit about Grenada Sailing Festival. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
Yeah, very good, thank you. How are you guys?
Right. Not too bad, not too bad.
Good.
Tell us your name.
My name's Tom.
Tom.
Aiken.
Just Tom? Is that a boat thing? You just call you Tom?
Yeah, just Tom. Yes, this is my first name.
All right,
Just
Tom.
shortened down, just Tom. I've got nicknames, but you probably don't want to hear them. So.
All right, and you're here from the On Deck Charter Company, yes?
I am, yeah. We're called On Deck. My boat's called Spirit of Isis. We've got like a few boats,
Okay.
and we charter them out.
Now tell us what On Deck does exactly.
So we run it's basically a charter company. We organise sailing trips. Effectively, a charter is a sailing trip. And we take anyone from no experience, people with lots of experience, just let them experience all forms of sailing. So like this trip in Grenada is all racing.
Right.
So you can let people get a little taste for it. We also do like trips around the islands, so people can visit all the Caribbean islands. We do transatlantic races with other boats.
Right.
So it's a real mixture. It's sort of all aspects of sailing.
Yeah. I noticed you said from people with no experience to the experience. So if I wanted to come and race in Grenada Sailing Festival, you would show me how to
sail.
Really?
Yeah. Next
And
2
how
days
long does that take?
people pick it up pretty quick.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, the next 2 days we are doing running training days down on the harbour. So we take people out sailing and they get used to it, and then Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday are the races.
So it's not
so
too
2
late.
days of training.
2 days of training, and then
Then they go into the big.
then they go into the big races. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's not too late for people to actually come and take part in Grenada
No,
Sailing
not at all. We've got
Festival.
spaces. So
Okay.
if anyone wants to come down,
Right.
Right. How can people contact you to get onto that?
the best way is to come down to the marina. They'll see us walking around with our tops on. We've got
Which marina is that?
it's the Portsmouth Marina.
Okay.
Yeah.
And by tops you mean
Yeah.
those
It's on deck.
I know,
on deck,
right?
right?
Yeah.
Aaron, you sounded a bit too interested there, you know?
Right, the on
The on deck logo and
on deck
everything.
logo.
So look
You
out
see
for
it everywhere.
Tom.
Yeah. If you go on the front of our boat, it's a white boat, has big on deck down the side of it, so you can't miss it.
So they
So
come
you
and look for you.
sailed across the Atlantic to come down here.
Yeah, we did. We had 2 boats coming across full of paying clients and customers. We left England last November, October even, and then we go down through Portugal and the Cape Verdes, and then across to Barbados and then Antigua.
So you're based in the
Nice.
UK,
Yeah.
yes?
Based in the UK, but we have like a Caribbean operation that runs out of Antigua.
Right. Okay.
And then we spend the season here, 5 months here doing all the regattas. So we go from regatta to regatta, and then we do these trips called hidden Caribbean trips as well, where we go out and we take people just from people who haven't experienced the other islands. Just go from island to island, like to go to Montserrat and
Nice.
see the volcano,
Right. Okay.
all that kind of stuff.
Oh, you said regattas. What was the last regatta you were at?
Round Barbados. We just came from round Barbados.
Round
Right,
Barbados.
okay.
All right.
And is it your first time?
It's my
or-
first time. We've been here a number of years, but like this is my first time.
Okay.
So I'm pretty
Oh,
excited about it.
Do you know
Nice.
what it's been like for your team in past years?
We've been all right. We're quite a big boat for the event, so we have to it's quite hard for us to dodge the little boats.
Right.
So it's you play it quite safe, but it's really good fun.
I know very little about boats, but for the people out there who may know something about it, tell us about what type of boat you're operating.
It is. It's a 65-foot boat, so it's quite big. It was built about 10 years ago to go around the world, so it's built for like going through the southern oceans. So it's built for very rough weather.
Okay.
So it's a very seaworthy boat, and it's racy enough for like you and I to sail, but not so much so that that it might hurt someone if things go wrong. It's quite a forgiving boat,
Okay.
so it's perfect for this kind of sort of sailing where you're teaching people.
Right. So the other boats actually hurt people.
The racing boats, they have professional crew on board.
Right.
Yeah.
When it goes wrong for them, it goes pretty wrong. But,
Right.
No,
How
yeah.
wrong can it go?
it's sort of you got your big heavy boom flying around, bits of metal flying around
Right.
on the big boats, but on our boat's pretty safe. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Now the Spirit of Isis said it was built to go around the world. Did it actually make it around the world?
yeah, and did it 10 years ago. There were
Nice.
we've got 4 boats, and they all went around the world 10 years ago as part of it was called the Millennium Round the World Race.
Oh, okay, nice.
So full of, I guess, like crew like we've got, but at the moment now we don't get the opportunity to do that anymore. We just do the transatlantic legs. So we cross the Atlantic twice a year, once east to west, and then once to get home, and then to go home west to
Nice.
east.
That's good credentials. If I wanted someone to teach me anything about boats and they could tell me, hey, I've been around the world in this boat, then I'll be like, yeah, sure. You tell me how to do it.
Yeah, you should come down. Come do some
Yeah,
sailing.
that sounds
Maybe.
good. Sounds exciting. Tell us about the experience in the other islands. You said you've been to Antigua and Barbados. So how was it, the boating experience there as compared to your few experience now in Grenada?
Yeah, well, Barbados is it's sort of trying to up its game in terms of creating a sailing environment there. So they've started to put a lot of money into sort of trying to create a new harbour and things. But Grenada Harbour, the Port St Louis is fantastic. It's great marina. It's got a really nice feel to it. It's obviously quite a new thing here. But yeah, I think it's fantastic. I really enjoyed being here so far.
Okay, good. And this is your first time here, so first time seeing, and you like what you see.
Yeah, it's great.
Great.
Definitely be back.
All right.
Nice. So no, I was gonna ask him about Antigua because you just left out Antigua.
Oh, Antigua.
Yeah, I know their sailing is very advanced.
Yeah,
there.
it is. Yeah, they're very. You get a lot of super yachts, which are these big, like privately owned.
We've got
yachts.
one of those out there. You know, the biggest privately owned one out there.
Eclipse.
Yes,
yeah,
Eclipse as Abramovich, Romans.
Yeah, he's hanging out around.
Yeah, he's hanging out. All right.
Saw his little tender come in. He's a little early this morning. Yeah, Antigua's very well set up for that. So it's more the bigger boats, but there is you've also got Nelson's dockyard there, which is an old historic dockyard where a lot of the smaller boats come in. So it's a lot more busy.
Right.
Here is a much more relaxed feel, which I quite like.
Right.
Whereas there's sort of much more sort of drive in Antigua for the sailing, but then it has been around for sort of 10, 20 years as a fully developed big port.
Okay. So where to next? After Grenada, where are you going to?
We're going back to Antigua for a day, and then we do what I was telling you about earlier, a hidden Caribbean trip. So we're going to, we take 8 or 9 paying guests who want to experience some of the island life. We go to Montserrat, Sabre, St Kitts and Nevis, Barbuda, and there's one more I can't remember off the top of my head.
Grenada, man, it has to be Grenada.
And then back to Antigua. Well, we do 2 trips. One comes south.
Okay.
So we do a couple of hidden Caribbean trips that come south. So we have another Far 65 as well, which is the type of boat. And then the other trip we go north.
What time of the year do you do this?
It depends really on what interest we get. People. If we get 8 people ring up and say, "Hey, I want to come do some sailing down the South Islands," we can arrange that. So we're quite flexible.
Nice.
We have one boat that's pretty much fully booked out for all the regattas this season here. The other one is, still building up. So there's still, if people want to come sailing with us, there's still room to take places on that boat.
Nice. Now, you said you came with a boatload of people that wanted to participate in our sailing festival. How do you get people to come and join you for something like this?
Through the website. It's on deck.co.uk. You can come on and you can speak to the people in Antigua and arrange, to come on the boats. Since we've been here, we've also been sort of going around to the boats and up to the medical school and university and see if people want to come sailing.
And have you got any?
Yeah, I think we've got 8 to 10 medical students coming up, come sailing. Yeah,
nice.
So it should be good. So it's nice to encourage local people to come out, or at least people who are living here.
Right.
Yeah,
of course.
And are your prices, reasonable? Or?
Yeah, as far as I know, you'd have to ask my boss about that. I think it's pretty. I mean, we've always been known as being pretty good value for money, so I think it's a pretty affordable way of sailing.
Right.
It's not your 5-star kind of super yacht sailing, but it's still pretty good fun.
Right.
Yeah, take us to the boat, because I know sometimes on a sailing boat you might end up sleeping on some board, or how comfortable is it sailing for a few days from say Antigua to Grenada?
It's pretty comfortable. I mean, it's not it wasn't built for sort of aircon and having your own cabins, so you sleep in they're like bunks if you like. But it's pretty comfortable. We've got fully functioning loos and showers and all that kind of stuff. And we have a generator on board, so we can run. We have fridges and fresh food and all that kind of stuff. So it's not a really sort of a brand.
It's not a luxury cruiser.
It's not Eclipse.
Right. It's not Eclipse. Right. Fair enough. It's a racing boat, right?
Yeah. It's completely comfortable.
And it's a safe one, you said. Right?
Very safe. Yeah. Very safe.
Now, from what I understand, you have some pictures to share with us. Right? Maybe you could walk us through.
Do you have some pictures?
Do you?
No
we stole some pictures from you.
Yeah, we stole some pictures apparently. And we want to walk through and show the folks. Oh, you could have brought some.
So we're waiting to see some pictures, hopefully from your sailing adventures. What would be your...
There we go.
Yeah, there we go.
There we go. Tell us about that. That looks kind of scary, right?
That would be Antigua Sailing Week, I think.
And this is your boat?
It's not our boat. It's not our boat, but they're just photos of other boats racing. But that's pretty similar to our boat. Antigua Sailing Week at the end of the year, it's because it's getting near the end of the year, you get a big waves.
Of course, because that time of the year.
That time of the year.
So we have some other some pictures from Sailing Festival that happens in Grenada. So I believe this is from last year. So let's see what other pictures we have. All right.
That looks pretty cool.
It does look pretty cool. It's a cool looking boat too.
I'm liking the eagle there.
All right, now Well, where I can't say I recognize where it's in Grenada. Can you say where that is?
It's on the sea in Grenada. I can tell you that.
Next time I won't ask you the question.
I believe it's actually off the south of the island. So
oh wow! Right now I've heard this name mentioned before. Jaguar.
I like how it blends with the color of the sky.
They won last year apparently.
Nice.
That's pretty similar to our boat.
Nice.
Oh, it's similar to your boat.
Yeah, it's a type. They're like a sort of like ocean-going race boats as well.
Whatever happened to just sitting flat and doing the whole, that doesn't happen.
Well,
so when it starts leaning, you need to run up to sit down, or
to put the weight on one side to balance the boat out.
Oh, okay.
That's normal. Sailing boats are like designed to sail like that. And if it's flat, they're probably it's not right. They actually, what we tell to people is when they're sitting like this, don't be alarmed. That's how they're meant to.
Does anyone?
So you have to be really active.
You do, it's fairly active, you run around the boat, we get used to do lots of stuff, and it's a pretty full-on day.
Does anyone fall off, or are you like...
No, I've never had anyone, no, you clip on and...
Okay, clipped on.
People want to wear life jackets, we put life jackets on if it's rough, or...
And in the case of, say, an accident happening, if people are clipped on, can that be a dangerous thing?
No, because all your clips actually have a braking strain on them.
Okay.
So there's an accident, we have lots of knives and things around the boat, we can just cut. If you have a harness as a problem, we can just cut it, or they will actually snap if someone fell overboard.
Okay.
It would actually snap.
But thankfully, that hasn't happened.
No.
Okay, good.
Because we're well trained from on deck, right?
I've got a good crew.
Okay,
good.
Tell us about more of these pictures here. That's a big sail, a big green
these
sail.
boats, those sails are called spinnakers. So they're like for going down when the wind is behind you.
Okay.
And then you surf down waves. It's quite good fun, but that's when you go your fastest.
Oh,
so that's the bit everyone enjoys.
Right.
Okay.
Oh, nice, interesting stuff. How many people are on a boat? You said your boat is 65.
We can take up to 15 people. Well, we can take more than that for day sailing, but about 12 is a good number.
12.
That's what we're sort of aiming for every day here.
Okay.
And then 3 crew, maybe 4 crew, depending. Sometimes we have an extra hand who helps out.
What's the average boat size or you have categories or classes?
There's categories are normally, I don't know what they are for this race, but say for around Barbados they were like 20 foot to 40 foot, 40 foot to 60 foot, 60 foot to 80 foot.
Right, so for those 3 that you mentioned, how many people are usually on those boats?
On the bigger boats, like on the 60-foot boats we're on, the boat that won around Barbados race had 20 crew on board.
Okay.
So it was a big boat.
Right.
That was a 78-footer and we had 15 people on board.
Okay.
Because they're big boats and the sails are big, you need lots of muscle to pull the sails down.
Right. So nothing automated,
no
electronic?
No electronics, no hydraulics.
Right. So it's all
by hand.
Hydraulics, I like that one. You have the natural hydraulics going on.
It's all about the muscle.
Right.
All muscle.
All hard work.
So if anyone's interested in sailing and so on, you go to on deck at the Port Louis and so on, and you have to be ready to do some manual labor.
But you can come along. We have a lot of crews, so like if you want to come along and just take it easy, we have enough people on board that you can just sort of come along for the experience, and you do as little or as much as you want, really.
That sounds like me there, because I'm not sure how much muscle I have to pull ropes.
We've got lighter jobs on the boat and heavier jobs.
Oh, okay. I can deliver water.
Yeah. You can do that.
Yeah, I can bring water. I can be the cheerleader again.
I
can be the cheerleader. Like go, boy.
We can do with that. Come down.
Yeah.
We good.
I like that. Yeah, we'll do that.
One more technical question. I know you said like you take on people. Does the weight of the boat affect how it races?
Yeah, I mean we try and keep the boat as light as possible, but it depends on what we're racing. So we have and what boats are like coded for racing. So you have to have certain stuff on board.
Right.
If we don't have to have it on board, we'll take it off because it weighs a lot.
So you won't have too many stragglers, too many people just sitting there doing nothing on your boat.
Not at all. We'll be getting fully involved. Okay. Yeah, it's a good day out. So.
All right. So folks, you heard it. Go down to Port Louis if you're interested in learning to race and learning to sail, and maybe one of their secret Caribbean trips. Go around to the islands, being a part of any of the regattas. On deck down at the Port Louis Marina, and look for Tom or anyone wearing an on deck shirt. Right, if you can see it right there. Right there in the corner, you see the little white and yellow on deck. All right, there we go. All right, thank you very much, Tom, for coming on our show. And I'm gonna consider coming down there myself, and seeing if I can learn a thing or two and be part of the sailing festival.